Today is solving equations using the distributive property and combining like terms. If you haven't already, you should grab out your MJ because you're going to be following along with me. I'll give you a few seconds to grab that out and get yourself ready. Open up to a new page. You can label it just like I have on my title here. One thing to keep in mind before we get started is that I'm going to be writing down everything that you need to be writing down. So if I have something, make sure you have it on your paper. If I draw something, you should draw it as well. Okay, our first equation, our example that we'll use is going to be 2 times 3x minus 4, and those are in parentheses, plus 2x is equal to 12 minus 2x. Now this is a fairly complicated example, but I figure since we're doing it together, it's going to be easier. And then if you can do this one, you can do any of the problems that we are coming up with. Now, what I just drew right here in green is what we call the wall. Yes, you need to draw the wall. That's going to help us keep our math organized and neat so that we can kind of follow our way through and make sure each side of the equation is balanced. Okay, so order of operations, PEMDAS, we need to get rid of the parentheses first. This is going to be where we use the distributive property. So this 2 here is like being multiplied. So I need to multiply it against this 3x. So I have 2 times 3x. I'm going to just write it with a parenthesis, and that's okay. You could put a dot if you wanted to. And then we also have to do 2 times a negative 4. How I'm going to write that is I'm just going to say, instead of adding it, I'm going to say minus 2 times 4. Now what we just did right here when we multiplied this 2 across is we were using, and I'll put a blue line underneath it, the distributive property. This is going to be a crucial property and we'll keep coming back to it. The good news is then is we got rid of the parentheses. And now we still have plus 2x on this side. We haven't done anything with that. And equals, and I'm just going to, we haven't changed anything on the right side. I'm still going to just write it as 12 minus 2x. Again, if you're a little bit lost at this point, that's okay. Just stay with me. And this is what we're going to be practicing in class as well. Okay, so I'm just going to simplify now as we start working through here. I have 2 times 3x, which gives me 6x's. 2 groups of 3x is 6x. I'm going to subtract 2 times 4 is 8. And then I have plus 2x. All I did was simplify that blue piece right here on the right side. Not going to do anything, just rewrite what I have. Okay, now we're coming to the second part of our new piece of information. Let's see, we'll use green. This is the combining like terms. So on this side over here, it looks like I have 6 x's here. Those were those tall skinny pieces, remember when we were using algebra tiles? And I have 2 more of them for a grand total of how many? 8 x's. Okay, so what we just did right there, that was combining like terms. And I did it on the left side. It could also be on the right. Everything I'm doing so far is on the left side, and that's okay. Let's see. Then I have a plus 2x still. Oh, whoops, whoa, 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 back it up. I combined that already. Let me erase that. What I have right here is my units. I still have 8 negatives. So let's, instead of writing plus, let's keep that as a minus. Okay, here we go. Back on track. So I have a minus 8 units. On this right side, there's no terms to combine because this is just 12 units and those are x's. So we're just going to write it one final time and then I'll talk about what we have here. Okay, so there's no more terms to combine. These are units, those are x's. These are units and those are x's. What we want to do when we're solving is to try to get our x's on the same side as we start solving. So here we go. I'm going to just use red now because we're going to move on. It's not distributing and it's not combining. We're just going to start solving. I want to get these negatives over to this other side, so I'm going to do the opposite. If I have two x's that are negative, if I add two that are positive, that ends up equaling nothing right here. Since I added on this side, I do also have to add on this side to keep my equation equal. Okay, so I'm going to change back to black so you can see my work. Over here then 8, and I added 2 more to this side, I'm at 10 x's. I still have this minus 8 units, we'll take care of that next. And on this right side, let's see what we have. I have this 12 then, 12 units, and I have 2 negatives, and I've added 2 positives, so that's 0. So we're just left with 12. That looks simpler now. We used to have 2 things on this side, now we only have 1. Let's go to the left side. We still have 2 terms over here. We have to get rid of that 8. Right now it's being subtracted, so what's the opposite of subtracting? We're going to add 8. Think about what happens when you do that. 8 negatives plus 8 positive gives me 0. Over here, I'm going to have to add 8 as well. And put a line underneath that. Let's see, so right on the left side, we end up with this 10 x's is equal to, well, we add 12 plus 8 is 20. That's nice and convenient. Let's see, give a little bit more space here. And you'll see my wall was too short. That's fine. I'm just going to extend it a little bit farther here. Okay, our final step then. 10 times something is 20. Well, you might know that that's 2 already, but here's how we'll show that. I'm going to show this as a fraction. I'm going to divide it by 10, and this is what we'll be talking about in class. 10 over 10, that leaves me with just 1x. If I divide by 10 on this side as well, that's where you'll see we get our answer. So this cancels out right here. I'm left with just x is equal to 20 divided by 10 is 2. And that is your final answer right there. So once again, if you didn't get a chance to keep up with me, take this time now. The screen will stay up and you can finish copying the problem. Once you're done, you can go ahead and close out and come join us back over in class.